Hey, how's it going? This is Christian Duke from theradical.com. That's theradical with a K.com. And I'm recording this video primarily for flix55.com. The reason I'm making this video, aside from the video that I made for youtube.com, is that I want as many people as possible to know about what's going on at the University of Florida. Not so much that Andrew Meyer got tased, and not so much that it happened at a John Kerry presentation, because that's already been documented, it's known, it's become somewhat stale. What I want people to know about are the 10 facts of the UF tasering. Now, I wrote these down on this little block here, and this is something that I don't think you're going to hear from your mainstream media, simply because I think there's a very conscious effort taking place right now by elements of the status quo of your university campuses, government, police, whatever. But there's some kind of a movement going on, and it can't be typified as liberal or conservative. It's a very unusual movement, and let me just explain my 10 facts of the UF tasering and why I think it's so important that anybody that has an opinion on this matter should be kept abreast of the 10 facts. Number one, we all know that this event dealt with excessive force by the University of Florida Police Department. There is little doubt in anyone's mind, those pro or con on this matter, that excessive force was in fact the case here. We had a student holding a book, perhaps an unruly student, perhaps an obnoxious student, but certainly not a student, as UPD claimed, was trying to incite a riot, clearly not a student that was resisting with violence, clearly not a student that was looking to cause malicious damage on person or property at that event. This is clearly nothing more than a student with a book, perhaps with a potty mouth, perhaps unruly, perhaps obnoxious, but it did not warrant being tackled to the floor and tased. Number two, the officers in question, there were several, perhaps as many as a dozen, only 2 of the officers in question were put on paid administrative leave by the University of Florida Police Department. The others, nothing happened to them. Number 3, the students rallied immediately following the tasering, and as the news broke, students, many of which belonged to the Independent Progress Party, began organizing themselves and prepared a rally where they would march on the headquarters of the University of Florida Police Department. At this point, the administration, that is the governing body, the adults, the provosts, the deans, these people under Bernie Manchin used, it is my opinion, used Student Body President Ryan Mosley of the Gator Party to stand between the rally and UPD headquarters. And in a very real way, that's precisely what the Student Body President did. The one person that was elected by somewhere around 12 to 13% of the 50,000 plus student body of the University of Florida, the one person that is sent to Tallahassee to the Board of Trustees to fight for tuition, to fight against block tuition, to fight for Pell Grants and fight for student rights, was used by the administration to quell student outrage. And that's exactly what he did. Number 4, Manchin calls for a committee whose first meeting takes place after elections, where Manchin-friendly Gator Party all but sweeps. Now, this is ridiculous. There was a committee that was convened. Well, it was called to convene by Bernie Manchin. It met the day after the student body elections, where the Gator Party got something like 43, 44 seats, and the defiant Independent Progress Party got but 1. There's certainly something to be said about that. Bernie Manchin, in a very real way, controls student government by way of Ryan Mosley, the weak student body president, and by the Gator Party, an institutional party that is comprised of Florida Blue Key members, social Greeks from large fraternities like ATO and Phi Delta Theta and Sig Ep and Delta Tau Delta, some of the biggest, most powerful, richest houses at the University of Florida, by corrupt and despotic members of the Black Student Union and the Hispanic Student Association. This is a travesty, but this student government is in a very real way controlled by one party that is very much subservient to its student body president, who is in turn almost in the hip pocket of the university president, Bernie Machen. So the fact that Bernie Machen's committee met the day after the elections that made sure that the subservient Gator Party basically swept the elections, there is something to be said here. Number 5, Machen's plan is to have the weak faculty senate send half the members. And I say weak because we can go back to Charles Grafsky, who was the last known member of the UF faculty to stand up to Bernie Machen, and after doing so was not teaching so much as a basket weaving class. He was completely written off the schedules and essentially was unemployed. The faculty senate are mortified, they're terrorized of Bernie Machen and his authoritarianism, this authoritarianism that he's brought to the University of Florida campus. There is no question in my mind that not a single member of the faculty senate would rise in opposition to the university president. It will not happen, and it has not happened. And the other half of the members to this committee formed by Machen were to be handpicked by the student body president. Number 6. The student body president, let the phone ring, it's a dose of reality. The student body, the student body president promises not to pick SG bureaucrats. Okay, so the student body president promises to his constituents, promises to the media, that is the Florida Alligator, the Gainesville Sun, local media, that he will not pick SG bureaucrats. At the University of Florida, there are people that serve all 4 years in positions that would not be open to the average student. The very organization that funded this event, that held this event, Accent, is a legacy position. To become the head of Accent, from the last 10 or 12 heads of Accent, they've all been from one fraternity, AE Pi. So this is a very, very bureaucratic type society, the student government of the University of Florida. And it's this very kind of element that the student body president promised not to have on this impartial committee. Well, here we go to number 7, student body president lies and places SG brass on committee. Number 8, it becomes known that Machen will have veto powers and the power to strike findings from committee reports he disagrees with. So not only is the faculty senate part of this committee, the faculty senate that's mortified of Machen, not only did the student body president lie about who he was going to put on the committee, if that were not enough insurance, the university president who convened the committee has veto powers. And not only can he strike down resolutions that have majority support, but he can completely chuck the entire committee's report if he doesn't agree with it. Number 9, committee finds UPD free of wrongdoing. And number 10, Taser Apology makes headlines. Friends, brothers, fellow revolutionaries, don't be clouded by Andrew Meyer's apology. And don't look too much into it. If you can go through these 10 steps of the UF tasering with me, after listening to these 10 steps, when you hear an apology from a scared college student, then you will realize that it's not really an apology. It's more a reaction to intimidation, possibly, and quite frankly, why should he be apologizing? What did he do wrong?